Good morning. I'm Eugene Holden, and I am your speaker today. And I am honored to be with you here at Unity Columbine. I want to thank personally Janice Kelly for reaching out to me and inviting me to be here with you on this special weekend as we celebrate the life and the work of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So let's jump right into it. The name of the talk is Living the Dream. But what is a dream? The dictionary says, to dream is to indulge in daydreams or fantasies about something greatly desired. So according to this definition, our dreams can become our vision fulfilled, something that is greatly desired. And because we are surrounded by an infinite intelligence that says yes to our visions, to our dreams, to our words, to our thoughts, based on our feelings, and then that dream, that vision, that desire must be fulfilled. Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. And I want to talk about some excerpts that he spoke about in that dream, in that speech, I Have a Dream, which is so relevant to today, especially in these days, as times such as these. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. You see, having a dream, having a vision, having a desire is a powerful thing. Why do I say that? Because dreams, desires, visions, they come from the invisible realm of spirit. They come from the kingdom of God within. See, this nation was based on a dream. This nation was founded on a vision. Unfortunately, though, at that time, the dream included exclusively rich white men. Even white women were not a part of the dream. They were just here. And we must remember that the nation was built upon the backs of the Africans who were brought here in 1619. Oh, but still, there was a dream that this nation would be free from tyranny. There was a dream that this nation would be free from tyranny. Here's the thing about spirit. When we cast the dream, when we put forth the vision, the universal presence, the universal intelligence takes that and says, yes, your wish is my command. So the intention was to live in a nation free of tyranny. Even those who might be the perpetrators of tyranny, they have to fall away, because now the vision that has come from the invisible realm of spirit is now taking shape. Now, it has taken some time to realize this dream, but here's the thing, my brothers and sisters, we are doing it. We truly are doing it. Now, it may not feel good all the time, but I'm told that giving birth is painful. Now, I was there at the birth of all four of my children, and though I was there and I even delivered my first child, with the assistance of the doctor, but I delivered her. Even at that, I could not experience the birthing process from the way that her mother did. And from what I understand, it is painful. I can tell you that it's messy. It is messy. And here we are, continuing to go through these birthing pains, these labor pains, because now it is time for a new way of living. It is time to birth a new life. You see, for anything new to come forth, we must have a vision. In order for anything to come forth new, there must be a vision. Remember what Proverbs said, when there is no vision, the people will perish. Now, other translations reads as follows. Where there is no vision, the people cast off restraint. So they don't restrain themselves from doing things that may not be for the highest good of not only themselves, but for their families, for their cities, for their states, for their country. So we have to have a vision, collectively speaking, but Also, what's important is to have your own individual vision. See, your vision is why you're here, right? Your purpose is to fulfill that vision. So you get to, at some point in your life, ask yourself the questions, who am I? Why am I here? What's the vision that's wanting to be fulfilled through me today? What's the vision that's wanted to be brought forth today? What new ideas are wanted to be birthed through me today? You see, because without a vision, life is not the same. Without a vision, life can seem boring. You know, every day we get up to the same old humdrum way of being. You know, we wake up, we have breakfast, we have our coffee, we take our shower, we get in the car, we go to work. We come home, we sit back, and then the next thing we know, we're going to bed to start the day over again with the same old, same old. Now, but when we have a vision, there is something that just absolutely keeps us on fire. There's something that enlightens us. There's something that ignites us to get up in the morning, because this purpose, this vision is driving us. See, this is what drove Dr. Martin Luther King. See, it is that vision within him that caused him to give his life. Not that he was assassinated. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about every day that he got up to fulfill that vision. He gave his life to the vision. And in order for the vision to be fulfilled, that's what we all must do. We must give our all to the vision. We have got to have a dream. We have got to have a vision to move forth. In the Old Testament, in the book of Habakkuk, the prophet Habakkuk is bemoaning things that are going on in his nation. He's bemoaning it, he's upset about it, and he's praying to God about it. And God says to Habakkuk, here's the interesting thing about the book of Habakkuk. There's only 3 verses. It's very short. The first verse is Habakkuk, bemoaning what's going on. Verse 2 is where God says to Habakkuk, write your vision. Write your vision. Make it plain. Write your vision. So whatever vision you have, whatever ideas you have, write them down and make it plain. The 3rd verse of Habakkuk talks about how the vision was fulfilled. You see, so here we are wanting to and being called to make our vision plain. Writing the vision down. Dr. Martin Luther King's vision was plain. His dream was plain. He felt and he shared it with the world with that speech, I have a dream. You know, here's the thing, right? That dream is still alive today. He said, now is the time to make justice a reality for all God's children. Now is the time to make justice a reality for all God's children. Now, when we look at all God's children, we're talking about everybody. See, there is only one life. As Dr. Holmes said, there's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life. That life is your life. That life is everyone's life on the planet. Everybody. Everybody. Now, here's what Charles Fillmore wrote. Because God is infinite justice, you can always change the causes you set into operation and so change the results. It is always measured to you as you yourself measure by your attitude and acts. So if we don't like what we're experiencing, we get to change it. Why? Because the power of the infinite, call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus Christ, call it whatever you call it, what works for you, but that power that we call it is within us. That power, whatever you call it, is within you. And because We are surrounded by this infinite intelligence that only knows how to say yes to us. If we don't like what we are experiencing, then we can have a change of mind. We can have a new thought about it and then put our action into that thought so that we can change and have a different result. Dr. King, in his letter from Birmingham jail, wrote, "We may have come on different boats, but we're in the same boat now. We may have come here to this nation on different boats, but we're in the same boat now." Well, we have always been in the same boat. The boat is this thing called life. Now, we may have come here to this nation in different ways, boats, planes, but we're in the same boat now because we are all one. We are all one. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to raise our vibration, to recognize the fullness and the oneness that we are in God. Dr. King writes, "Whatever affects one indirectly affects all indirectly." Let me rephrase that. That's not what it says. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Why? Because we are all connected. You know, the breath that I breathe here in Pennsylvania is the same breath that you breathe there in Colorado. We are all connected. I look at the moon, and that moon is the same moon that you look at. You know, so we are all connected. So whatever affects one directly, it affects all indirectly. Whew, man, 2020 was a heck of a year, right? Man, 2020 was a heck of a year. And it provided us with the opportunity to really take a good, hard look at what we as humanity want to do. 2020, as challenging as it was, and I say was because now we're in a new year and we have an opportunity to change things, not because it's a new year, but because it's time. 2020 with the coronavirus, with COVID-19 and all of the people who were affected by that, by the racial tension in this country, by the atrocities of some police force around the nation against people of color. And then, of course, the political stuff that is going on and that has been going on. 2020 has been a crazy, crazy year. But I also say that 2020 provided us an opportunity to take a deeper look at who we are. It has provided us with an opportunity to raise our vibration. It has given us the opportunity to love at a deeper level, to love in ways that we have never loved before. See, in order for this change to happen, we must be willing to let go of everything that does not serve us individually and does not serve us collectively. Let me say that again, because the operative word here is willing. We must be willing to let go of all that does not serve us. I talk about surrender having 3 legs. And the first leg is surrendering, as I just said, all of the stuff that does not serve us. Surrendering all of the things, all of the thoughts of lack and limitation, all of the thoughts that I'm better than they are, all of the thoughts that we are greater than they are, all of the thoughts of fear and doubt and worry. We have to surrender those because they do not serve our highest purpose. They are not in harmony with the divine intelligence that beats your heart. So we have to surrender all of that. The second leg of surrender is to surrender to your highest good. To surrender to your creativity, to surrender to your perfect health, to surrender to your gifts and your talents, to surrender to love, to surrender to beauty, to surrender to all of that, allowing all of that to guide you to experience the greatest yet to be. Oh, but the third leg of surrender is to surrender to the source of all of that good. See, because it's not so much about the good. It's about surrendering to the source of the good. It's about surrendering to the God in you. See, we have to really stand in the knowing that there isn't this God outside of us. Now, you would be surprised that there are people who still believe that there is an intelligence, that there is an entity outside of them that is judging them. Well, we have to let go of that. We need to surrender that and come to the point where we surrender to the God in us. So I like to talk about the God in us. You know, in Exodus, we are told the name of God through the story of Moses, who is in front of the burning bush, and God as the burning bush. Now remember, this is not a real story. There was not really a burning bush. The burning bush from the Aramaic symbolizes that Moses came to his enlightenment. He came to some clarity. And so he's listening to the voice from within saying, Moses, you are to go to the children of Israel and tell them that it's time to leave. And Moses says, okay, but who do I tell them sent me? And the answer is, Ahiyah Asher Ahiyah, I am that I am. Now, the Jewish rabbis and the scholars say that there really isn't a definition for that phrase, Ahiyah Asher Ahiyah. We have heard it as I am that I am, but they say that it could also mean I am all that is needed in this moment. I am becoming what is necessary for now. But the verse goes on to say, tell them that that is my name forever. So the name of God is I am. So whenever you say I am, you have taken on the vibration, the presence of God in you. This is what we are to surrender to. Surrender to your I amness. Surrender to that divine power, that divine presence that knows exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And it is right within you. Myrtle Fillmore said, since two or more gathered together have the tremendous power that Jesus promised, what power would be released if thousands could be united in speaking one thought? Think about that. Think about that. Mother Fillmore says, since two or more gathered together have the tremendous power that Jesus promised, what power would be released if thousands could be united in speaking one thought? That one thought, my brothers and sisters, must be based in and generated from love. It must be. We are called to love. This is another opportunity that 2020 has given us. It has given us the opportunity to love in ways that we have never loved before. Charles Fillmore stated the following: it is the law of spirit that we must be that which we would draw to us. If we would draw to us love, we must be love. Be loving and kind. If we would have peace and harmony in our environment, we must establish it within ourselves. So staying on the topic of love, this is the reason why Dr. Martin Luther King did what he did, because he loved this country. He knew that this country, the United States of America, is a country that is destined to be great. He loved knowing what this country could be. So once again, quoting from the letter from the Birmingham jail, he writes, "He who is devoid of the power to forgive is devoid of the power to love." Forgiveness is an act of love. So, living the dream is about making this dream a reality. You see, now is the time. We could no longer afford to wait. Dr. King in that same letter wrote, "Now is the time to make real the promise of democracy and transform our pending national elegy into a creative psalm of brotherhood. Now is the time to lift our national policy from the quicksand of racial injustice to the solid rock of human dignity. We, you, me, we are here for such a time as this." Let us move into meditation. So if you can, close your eyes, sit with your back straight, and take a nice deep breath through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. One more, inhale. And this time exhale with a sound. Now breathing exclusively through your nose. Become aware of your breath. Keeping the breath slow, smooth, soft, silent, and sacred. And allow that breath, especially the exhale, to signal to the body to let go. With each exhale, relax even more. That exhale and that relaxation of the body symbolizes us surrendering and letting go into spirit, the source of this breath. And now, with this beautiful gift that we have called imagination, imagine yourself floating above this beautiful home we call Earth. And as you gaze upon Earth, it causes you to smile. So allow a smile to come upon your face. It does not have to be a large smile. You see, smiling is a sign of love. Smiling is a sign of joy. Smiling is a sign of gratitude. The smile is a powerful, powerful spiritual tool that we have. You know how it feels when someone smiles at you, and you get to witness what effect your smile has to someone that you have smiled to. So as we smile to Mother Earth, we in essence are saying thank you. Thank you for all that you give us. And now through this smile, radiate the vibration of peace. Through this smile, see peace as it manifests in every country of our home. Be the peace that you want to experience. Feel peaceful. Be peaceful. Be peace. So as we continue to meditate on this throughout the day, as we go forth on this day, be peace.
This will be the day when all of God's children will be able to sing with new meaning, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring.